Israeli-linked PR contractors spent $100,000 to plant more than 100 anonymous articles online, all built for one purpose: getting ChatGPT to repeat them as fact about Gaza and the IDF. This is the Daily Pulse for August 21, 2026. These findings come from Novara Media, an independent UK-based outlet. They detailed how contractors used AI-optimized articles to shape the datasets that chatbots rely on. By seeding the internet with anonymous, coordinated content, they can effectively game the results provided to unsuspecting users. This effort to manufacture a synthetic reality moves beyond text into the cultural sphere. Novara Media also unmasked 2 UK creative professionals who built and monetized a far-right AI-generated rapper, using the digital avatar to drive propaganda and sell merchandise. This pattern of spoofing trusted sources surfaced again when independent researcher Emma Monk identified a fake, cloned version of the Daily Express homepage. The site was built to look identical to the real newspaper, while hosting disinformation designed to influence the upcoming midterm elections. State actors were employing similar mechanisms to target specific regional tensions. A May 2026 report from the collaborative research group Cypher AI showed how Russian and US political influencers have been exploiting Alberta's separatism to weaken public trust in Canadian institutions. This strategy is being institutionalized through the legal system. V-Square, an independent Central European investigative outlet, reported in July 2026 that Russia is repackaging propaganda about Russian speakers into formal discrimination claims. The goal is to bring these claims before the International Court of Justice, a strategy known as lawfare. When the systems we use to verify basic facts are populated with planted data and synthetic voices, the threshold for public oversight shifts. It becomes possible for structural changes to happen in the background because the very tools meant to flag them have been compromised at the source. While data poisoning captures the digital space, local administrative failures are allowing physical surveillance to become a permanent feature of the landscape. In July 2026, the Press Democrat reported that a Northern California school board approved a $1.9 million contract for AI cameras with facial recognition features, passing it as a routine item on a consent calendar with no public discussion. Some regions are showing more institutional resistance. In February 2026, the local publication Diário do Rio detailed how a Brazilian audit court halted a R2 billion facial recognition bid after raising 15 specific questions about the procurement process. Once these systems are in place, they can be used to track political activity. Novara Media recently highlighted court filings showing U.S. Homeland Security agents secretly investigating and subpoenaing the financial records of left-wing activists following anti-ICE protests, even though no charges were ever filed. These surveillance tools create a persistent record that can be weaponized against organized dissent. When a population's movements and finances are monitored without oversight, the ability for groups to collectively challenge larger economic and political shifts begins to erode. That lack of collective pushback is particularly visible in the privatization of public utilities. In May 2026, the legal news source AZ Law Now reported that Arizona regulators approved a 154% sewer rate hike for retirees after their local utility was sold into a private equity-backed portfolio. This trend is reflected in a December 2023 peer-reviewed study from the Revista Brasileira de Estudos de Populación. The study looked at over 3,000 municipalities and found that while private providers in Brazil increased service access, they also raised tariffs significantly higher than public providers. In October 2025, the Brazilian portal Terra, syndicating Reuters, reported that the government in Rio had to negotiate 2.7 billion reals in rebalancing claims. Private operators argued the initial data used for the 2021 privatization had overstated the real condition of the infrastructure they were taking over. These shifts are supported by a complex web of private funding. Investigative outlets Sludge and Dismog have tracked how crypto policies and the valuation of Tether are linked to shareholders who indirectly provide significant financial support to the UK's Reform Party. ProPublica, the non-profit investigative newsroom, published a major investigation in January 2026 into legal activist Leonard Leo. The report describes how Leo converted donor networks and judicial pipelines into a durable private apparatus designed to maintain control over the U.S. Supreme Court for decades.
By embedding these interests within private equity portfolios and permanent judicial pipelines, these actors are creating a structural layer of governance that operates outside the immediate reach of any single election cycle. It is an architecture built for durability, ensuring that even as political leadership changes, the underlying financial and legal mechanisms remain intact. This institutional capture is not seamless. In December 2025, the Dutch program Newsier reported that the tech firm ASML supplied chip-making components to Chinese military-linked research institutes in 2024, exposing significant gaps in international export controls. Local political movements are also facing internal friction. Byline Times, an independent UK newspaper, reported on leaked emails exposing meltdowns within the Reform Party in Durham, as well as union-led opposition to reform-run councils that are attempting to remove LGBT books from public libraries. Other countries are moving to tighten their rules. In April 2026, Sena Plus reported that Senegal is drafting laws to restrict foreign funding of political parties. Meanwhile, in June 2026, Agência Brasil reported that the federal police are investigating schemes where municipal contract money was diverted to finance local election campaigns. Hungary's new government has initiated a purge of Orbán-era spy chiefs. According to a June 2026 V-Square report, they have installed a new intelligence director specifically tasked with reforming the agency to focus on Russian hybrid warfare. We are also seeing direct critiques of state policy. Byline Times cited a French parliamentary inquiry that condemned the UK's current border policy as ineffective and dangerous to human rights. In the UK, Novara Media reported that a jury recently refused to convict 7 activists involved in a raid on an Elbit Systems facility, a decision that comes amid increasing state pressure on protest movements. Finally, the digital news organization Middle East Eye reported that several key claims used to attack the late UK academic Jason Arde have been proven true. Witnesses and records have come forward to support the very claims that were once used to undermine his professional reputation. Objective truth still exists, but it requires relentless human effort to surface against automated manipulation. Will our democratic institutions recognize these durable private apparatuses in time to dismantle them, or are they already hardwired into our future? The source articles are linked in the video description.